It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme tonight. It's the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
First opened in 2017, there's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Stroud off the play fake. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 32 on the play.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Stroud. They'll complete this one to Collins. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a fourth-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as they used to be, huh?
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Throwing is Cousins. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Desmond King deep for Houston. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. On the give, Algier headed left.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
2nd down, Cousins. Checks this one down to Robinson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and
4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Cousins. Here's a screen for Robinson. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 34 yards. And the Falcons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. But not only, Charles, did he beat double coverage to make the catch, and then as soon as he did, locked his gaze upfield and made sure to reach the end zone.
Go grab your dictionary, partner, look up determination, and his picture is going to pop right up. How about him getting through multiple defenders, finding his way through coverage, and making sure he got to the end zone? That's a big-time play right there.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. You've told me before it's tough to identify how to block a 3-4 defense. There wasn't a whole lot of blocking there.
And one other thing an offensive line coach told me, if you want to run wide against a 3-4, which is difficult to do because of the speed of the outside linebackers, it's often difficult for your offensive linemen to hit targets in space and create lanes for your guys to run through.
He's still on his feet and finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Stroud now.
He's going to air one out. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Mixon again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Joe Mixon
with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Texans have taken the lead.
So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Off the play fake, Cousins. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. To throw, Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion.
On the return, it's King. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw is Cousins. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson
with his second touchdown in this opening quarter.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from drawing level.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Throwing now is Stroud. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Stroud looking to throw. Got a man. It's Collins, complete.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Mixon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
In motion right, that's Collins. Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation, and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
And Stroud now to throw.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs from 3 yards out.
And the Texans have taken the lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Robinson.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Robinson with another carry.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the boots right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
A give to Robinson on the option.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46.
Robinson up the middle.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9.
Cousins. And that is incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
C.J. Stroud and the offense back out there.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're...
There he goes, left side!
Joe Mixon. He's to the 20.
Touchdown, Houston!
Joe Mixon.
On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Falcons ready to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you were probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's King.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Stroud to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Stroud.
Dumps it off to Mixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Mixon up the middle. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35.
They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. It's complete to Robinson. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Cousins. Got his man, it's London. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Cousins. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Give him 30 yards there.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Robinson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
So we've reached half-mild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports.
We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A first down throw for Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Charlie Werner, the tight end, the intended target.
And that'll bring up second down.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Here's a diving catch right side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
Gets pent, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. David Onyemata able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On the return is Williams.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Falcon football. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive.
He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up Sal.
With that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6. Robinson gets the toss on the right side.
Fighting through. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
95 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
They'll run again here with Robinson. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Cousins now.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, "Get me out," after the run down to the end zone. He said, "I almost got in.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
To throw is Cousins.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown.
A great play there. There to make the grab.
And the Falcons have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Coup for the extra point.
It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to return this one all the way out to the other side of the field across the 50.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
141 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage one play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
They go quickly here out to Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Option play. Here's Robinson.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the 1st down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of the 1st after a gain of about 9.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. A give left side to Robinson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. First down. Here's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. Give him 18 on the play.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle, caught by London. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Play fake. Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Drake London.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
155 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. From the 29, here's 2nd down and 3. Stroud looking to throw.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Stroud off the play fake.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
And Stroud now to throw.
Being chased out left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field.
And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Now Stroud.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Stroud to throw it. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
Joe Mixon
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Cousins on first down.
He'll get this complete to Charlie Warner.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Cousins.
Short throw caught by Pitts. And Pitts is going to pick up a Falcons first down as he'll get this out past the 35-yard line.
The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On play action, Cousins. Pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Throwing, Cousins. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 30 now on 1st and 10. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. Stroud. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs.
With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
They'll go play action here with Stroud.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Mixon running right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
Here's 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Cousins.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here comes 2nd down. Here's Stroud.
Going deep for Diggs.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
This is 1st and 10.
It's Mixon on the counter, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll go down at the 28. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
Running left, it's Mixon. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So a big one coming here for Ka'imi Fairbairn. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
So Kirk Cousins in the offense. Down by a field goal. 50 seconds to go. Now they need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And incomplete.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10.
Cousins to throw.
That's caught by Pitts.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
He's back to throw.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
He'll look to throw.
Pass complete to Robinson. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial.
So possession in overtime first goes to the Atlanta Falcons, and we are back underway. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Falcons offense set to go. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Azeez Al-Shaair
with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, when you got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
Now it's Stroud's turn in OT. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big 1st down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that 1st down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of the defense. They call the signals, they have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and of course on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack too.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
The Texans send the punter out. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. What can Cousins do in the OT?
Well, he short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few 1st downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 3rd down, Cousins.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins.
Throw left side, there's London.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Cousins to throw it.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Henry Toto there to bring him down defensively.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
And pass complete to Moore.
Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short, and now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive, so now sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is throwing at you. You can make some adjustments. You need is 3 points to win it.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that they have to punt the ball. They've done so with that first run.
2nd and 7. A run for Pierce out of the gun.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Mixon with a first down carry. Well, despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Stroud now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But over time, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. Here's a give to Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Back to Mixon on second down. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Seventh play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Here's Stroud. That's complete to Dell. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Now Cousins.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Cousins.
Going for Kyle Pitts again. He's got him again.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Robinson on a give right side.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Here's 2nd and 3. Robinson with another carry.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Collins, complete.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
That's Zach Harrison who forced his way in to drop him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And Stroud now to throw. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The Texans send the punter out. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good one. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So out come the Falcons now. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
First down, here's Cousins. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
That's complete to Mooney.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. On the give, here's Robinson. That's a room to run now. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down. He continues to be dominant running the football. I mean, keep feeding him, right?
Yeah, you should, because what he's put up already is really like a 2-game total. Give him a lot of credit, but give the rest of the offense credit as well. The big guys up front and the receivers on the perimeter. Everyone's getting involved blocking people downfield.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Hey, take a shot now. Do your thing. Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun. Let's get some going.
Younghoe Koo, all eyes fixated on the kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won. Charles Northgroup scored it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.